It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1751, recorded Thursday, October 31st, 2019. This just doesn't cut it. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have a gadget from the photo show, a video from you guys that shows a great Halloween gadget, and the last of my Alibaba gadgets. All next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now, and here he is, your gadget herder, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing fine, sir. And you?
Doing good myself. Doing very good.
Great.
We are recording this on a Halloween.
On Halloween, thank you to the people in the chat room who came early. We're doing it 3 hours early so people can go trick or treating tonight. And your family's coming down, right?
Yes, my family will be down. Mom and dad, my uncle and aunt, and we're going to go have fun in Dallas, basically, over the weekend.
Oh,
so, yeah,
okay.
It'll be
Did they have a big parade there?
No, we're just going to go to the stockyards, and there's a music venue thing called Billy Bob's, which is very country western, lots of square dancing and stuff, line dancing.
What is square dancing?
No, square.
Square dancing. I said, oh, you little...
Oh, gosh darn it, dad, nabbit. Yeah. No, not square dancing.
Oh, okay.
Square dancing. Yeah. And Billy Bob's is great, and so I forget who we're going to go see there, but we're going to go see a show at Billy Bob's and have a great time. So really looking forward to it.
Great. And was it on the last show that you finished the charity event, or was it this past weekend?
This past weekend.
I saw you guys passed $1 million.
We did. I'm so excited. We passed $1 million raised over the entire time that we've done the charity events. So that's 5 or 6 years that we've been doing these charity events. Just last weekend, we raised $250,000. So $250,000. I think that puts our total raised at around $1.1 million total.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
and the charity again is
Extra Life, which is a branch of the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. So CMNN, Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, they operate tons of hospitals all across the U.S. There's a few international, and they help kids who are in need. Every hospital gets to use those funds in whatever way they want. So a lot of times it goes towards equipment that they wouldn't normally have. Sometimes it goes to help offset the cost or completely eliminate the cost of care. So a whole bunch of ways that all the money gets used, and it's incredible.
I think that's great. And we should make a disclaimer. People often say it's a miracle that the Giz Wiz show manages to stay on the air. We should say that we are not part of that miracle network.
Yeah.
No, we're not affiliated.
Yeah. No.
It is a miracle
it's not the Giz Wiz Miracle Network. It's just the Children's Miracle Network.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But yeah, it was great. I ended up doing all sorts of crazy stuff over the weekend. Some people did some crazy challenges. I wasn't part of. Some of them looked like almost dangerous. There's these like products that you can buy that are like the spiciest things in the world, and they did those. One of my favorite segments that I got to host was called Hand in a Box, and we would. I don't know if this is. I have no idea if this is the same. I couldn't figure out. Didn't do any research on this, so I couldn't figure out if this was a name that I had heard of before or one I just came off the top of my head. But here's how it worked. You got two people. This is always for charity, so there's always some donation incentive. So we had one person and a second person, and then we'd blindfold them, and we'd set in front of them something inside of a clear box. And then the chat room and the audience would donate sort of a bidding war towards the person they wanted to put their hand in the box, still blindfolded, and guess what that thing is. And you couldn't stop until you had guessed what it was. So the first thing that we put out there was fish bait. Live, not well, it was alive at one point. So it was little fishes, like itty bitty shad. And so they were touching all these dead fish to figure out what they were. And then the second thing was wet cotton balls, just like pure water in cotton balls. But obviously they don't know. The person who had just watched the first one thought it was going to be disgusting and gross. And they just got, pure cotton and water, and that was it. But they were freaking out. They had no idea what it was. They were like, is this mold? What is this thing?
Oh, that's funny.
The biggest one was we found a pig's head on clearance, actually. It was
a
on
real
clearance.
pig's head?
Yes, full.
Oh my God.
Fully intact. This thing was like this big. Ears, eyes, nose, mouth, teeth.
Oh my God.
Everything intact. And it was so funny. It was on clearance for like $12. It was super cheap. But yeah, they had to guess the pig's head. And that was pretty good. That was one of my favorite
oh my God.
segments.
Oh my
And
God.
I had to host it, so I didn't have to touch anything.
Oh, look, lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was over this last weekend, and it was just a grand time, a really, really good time. And super glad we did it. It was great.
Perfect. Well, here it was Dennis's birthday. I took him to see Tootsie on Broadway, and that was great fun. And the guy, his name is Santino Fortana. I saw him in an interview. He says he has something in his vocal cords that's very rare, that he can do a male voice and then instantly do a female voice.
Wow.
And he said, surprisingly, I come home from the show at night, and like he's on it almost all the time. And he said, I don't have a sore throat or anything. It's just something I'm able to do. Yeah,
wow.
it was. Yeah. And the show is very, very funny. We really had a great time.
That's great. That's awesome. I couldn't imagine living in New York and just being able to go see Broadway shows. Like that is, obviously it's still an event because those tickets are not cheap.
Yes, no, it's not. No,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is
and
awesome.
I also recently got to see Hamilton. What's great is that 4 or 5 times a year, the Actors Fund has a charity. And even though actually the prices are probably higher than normal, and it's not deductible because you're seeing a show. But to tell you the truth, I love buying from the Actors Fund because the price they say is what you pay. There are no fees of any kind.
Yeah, no. This is a convenience fee, and now
this is a sitting fee.
Yes.
This is the seat a fee because you decided not to print your ticket, but pick it up at the box office. So that's a $30 fee. And also the cast always knocks themselves out because it's for the Actors Fund. And it's wonderful. And at the end, they come out and they say, we all donated our time. The stagehands, not the stagehands, all the costume people, everybody in the cast did this show as a fundraiser.
That's awesome.
So it's a double thing. You see a great Broadway show, and it's for Actors Fund.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That's great.
It is great. All right, should we jump into our show?
Let's jump in.
Okay. So there was a show this weekend, last weekend, called Photo Expo Plus, and it's a real crapshoot. For a long time, it was it was devoted to high-end photography. So you would go there, and they would the cheapest camera would start at $2,000, you know, and Epson had printers if you wanted to print billboards, print is 20 feet long. Then for a while, they added a lot of consumer stuff. And this year's show, it sort of got back into very high-end stuff. And also you sort of see where photography is going, like 4 or 5 booths selling photo insurance. So
Oh, yeah.
at an event, if you hurt somebody, so
There's a new thing like item insurance. Like you can insure that specific one thing. I've seen ads all the time on Instagram for a company called Lemonade, and basically you could insure your laptop, and that is just that laptop, or just your camera.
oh, for one event.
For no, that one item instead of like
One
home
item.
insurance.
I see. Yes, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah. Which I get. It makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like the, you want the extended warranty, at Best Buy or whatever. It's basically like that, but with accidents or theft or any of that sort of stuff built in. So that's good.
Okay.
But yeah, I've seen that a lot. And then I know a bit about event insurance because I've done a few events where I needed it. Not me, but maybe the company I was working for. And then I considered getting event insurance when I did all the mine fairs all the time. The thing is, I'm not liable for much. So the worst thing would be is if I was like, come on over here, and I like smacked a kid. That's kind of the one thing I'd be like liable for. Because other than that, the venue would be the one liable.
Responsible.
Yeah. So
that's why you've been wearing gloves at all those events to keep fingerprints off
I've been
people you
strapping my
accident.
arms. I'm in a straitjacket. Hi, how are you doing? It's great to see you.
That'll do it. Do it. So Larry Gerson, who's a big photography fan, went and does videos when Dennis isn't around. We found one unusual item, and this is the story.
Nice.
We're at Photo Plus at the Javits Center here in New York City at the end of October. We're roaming the aisles. We're looking for unusual camera gadgets. And when I saw this, the camera canopy, I knew we had to see it. And so we came and we're here. And you are?
Rita Miller.
Rita Miller. And tell us about the camera canopy and how to use it and how it works.
Okay. Well, about a year and a half ago, my husband and I were on vacation in Alaska. Who knew there was rainforest in Alaska? Took out the plastic bag that's commonly used to protect the camera from rain, and it was very unsuccessful. Lots of water drops on the lens, etc. So Jerry was very upset about the way his pictures came out and decided he had to come up with something better. So here we are. This is a polymer resin device. This is the larger version, the original version, which has an extendable and retractable shield. It's also a removable.
Do you make different lens, or you make one and you just make an extension?
No, this is just one size extension. It'll accommodate up to about a 500 millimeter lens, although Jerry has been known to use it with a 600 millimeter lens with great success. We listen to our customers. We listen to the people that are interested. They've come up with ideas, and we've implemented some of them, like if you can point here for a minute. This is a tripod rear shield. Originally, because birders who often put their cameras up on tripods were very concerned about not only the back of the camera, but also what happens when you're around a lot of birds sometimes.
Okay. Oh, that's very clever. So, is there a price range then, or is it just how much is the original model?
The original model, which is the base piece, the extendable piece, the rear tripod camera shield, and the bag, which is over there, is for the show, $79.99. It's a special online, $87.99 plus shipping.
Okay, and your website is?
www.cameracanopy.com.
Cameracanopy.com. Do you make one that I could put on my neck that could go over and protect my head?
Not yet, but if we get enough
If I get enough
we will
requests,
consider.
they'll do it. Okay, thanks so much. Okay.
We need the host canopy is what we need.
Exactly.
My first thought is that seems really big, clunky. Like, it seems like something I wouldn't want. But after she mentioned the bird watching and, all the other things, I agree. There are situations where you would need this over the bag. The bag is nice because it's easy to stow, not quick, but you pull it out, throw it over the camera, and you're fine. It has its downsides in that the lens is not like at all covered from any moisture. And even the nicest bag can sometimes soak a little bit and get a little bit of moisture in there. So this is nice that it's way over on top, protects the lens. It's a lot more sturdier. So I like it. And the price point is not absurd, because that's the other thing I was afraid of, is she's going to be like, it's $300. Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
photo equipment.
People that will use this are already carrying monster cameras and wildly expensive lenses. So for them, probably $89 or whatever it is, close to $90. It's worth it for them, so that they know it's not going to get rained on. Yeah. And I, like you, I thought that piece that went out over the back of the camera, especially probably birders leave the camera set up.
Exactly.
To film every so many seconds.
And so bulk and extra stuff, that doesn't quite matter as much. Now, if you're someone like me, who I am trying to, I'm going somewhere, recording the thing quickly, on my feet the whole time, I'm done and I'm out. This whole canopy thing is just way too much. But if you're someone who's constantly on sticks, constantly in one spot, and has to deal with the rain, I feel like this is a way better solution than the bag. So yeah, I like it. And the chat room is saying, like $90 for a piece of plastic. And as you've gotten into the photo world where they are not mass producing this product. This is like a few folks making a few hundred of them to sell, and in order to make a profit on something like that, there's just not enough supply. There's not enough demand, and so it's just an expensive thing. And I was afraid it was going to be more expensive, to be honest.
Yeah, I just hope they make their money back for being at the show. God knows what it costs to put a show on at the Javits. I mean, rent a booth at the Javits.
I know.
All right, so we're going to go to the marina. Last week you did a video where you were outside with the wind. I think my wind might have topped your wind. But we're going to go to the marina for this gadget.
Okay, so what the heck is it today?
A plate.
We're doing it at a marina, so that might be a hint.
Fish cutting board.
Okay, so if you didn't
cutting board now,
this will certainly tell you it's the collapsible bucket ice chest holder. Could be a garbage bin, in an emergency, a bathroom. Who knows? But I thought it was pretty neat, especially on a boat. You want to save space, so it folds down to this, and it opens to, well, we'll find out in a minute. We moved a little because the wind's a little less strong up here. I'm going to open it and see how it unfolds and what it's like. And okay, I'm going to put that down, put my foot on it because we don't want everything blowing away. And
trying to figure out how
do we extend it? See, now if Dennis wasn't holding the camera,
go gadget bucket,
and I would pull up on it. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, you can put your camera. It could be a camera lens.
There you go.
So there's the top, and the top has a rubber gasket, so that's nice. And then I guess we'll just push down. Oh, so you can sort of make it as high as you want. Oh, I like this.
It's a soda straw for a giant.
Okay, I'm going to put the top down so I can push all the way down on this. Okay.
Wait, I can get in it. I can wear it.
It's summer.
It's a Mary Poppins bag.
Oh, here we go.
Just keeps getting deeper.
Oh. Okay. So that's it. So don't try to use it as an emergency bathroom, because when you sit on it, it's going to collapse. It takes a bit of doing.
Of course, it wouldn't collapse because I've had the cover on, so the air was trapped.
If you need space or a shortage of space, this is an easy way to go. Easy, he says, as he tries to unfold it all the way. I like it. The collapsible bucket, and we'll find out the price in a moment.
Okie dokie. Nice.
Ranger Rick said, trick or treat candy bucket. Flip out top hat. Chat rooms all over this.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff it could be.
All right, so
That's
now
nice.
it was on Amazon, but it is no longer. I got a deal of the day, and I actually just got it for $9. But it is, and it's very funny, I found it at Alibaba.
Woohoo!
Not
With all
trying
sorts
to...
of, like children,
yes, and
too. It has
this company makes lots of stuff. Now, the funny thing is, let's see, 4-liter... it says a 4-liter
Here, let me refresh
bucket. Yeah.
and
So
then there's
I-
also, you sent me 2 links because there's 2 of them.
Yes, there's 2 different. So this is the deal. This place, it sells it dirt cheap, but it is a lot of money to ship it.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
$14.
$15 to ship it. And the other place, it's like, depending on the size, it's up to $22, but the shipping is free. So basically, it's the same price. So the one I had, evidently the label was printed in America because mine said 4 gallons. So the one closest to 4 gallon, I believe, is the one that is marked 18 liters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the smallest one.
Yeah.
But I think this is great if you need a scrub bucket. I think it's great for a boat. It could be a scrub bucket. It can be an ice chest. There were just 3 reviews online, and people said they threw toys in it for the kids or threw stuff in it that was going to the beach. It's just a great way to have a bucket that you can then squish down and put a cover on.
I could see this easily for camping, too.
Yeah, yeah. Ranger Rick said he's going to put it on his bucket list.
Nice. Nice. I can see this for doing dishes. You know, you need a big pail for dishes, dirty water, clean water. And then you can collapse it up and throw it away, throw it in storage, not throw it away. It's not disposable. And then you're good to go, you know, for the next time. So that's great.
Yeah. So if you need a handy dandy collapsible bucket, I have the links to those to AliExpress on my website, and maybe it'll come back to Amazon. Who knows?
Who knows? Nice.
Okay. Third thing is a new LED lamp, and let's find out about it. Something new from LumiCharge. It is the LumiCharge 2.0 Smart LED lamp. Okay. I got this as a product sample from LumiCharge, and we're going to have an unboxing.
Wow, so fast.
Okay. We do quickie unboxings here. So we'll take that off, and then put on. Oh, it went on. Okay, so this is actually a very neat lamp. So that's white. So this is, you know, if you're doing crafts or you're doing your homework and you want a very bright light. And then there's soft white, and then there is soft yellow.
Oh, nice.
I actually like this
Tungsten.
at night. And then there are 10 levels of brightness. Dim it, brighten it. And then up front is the charging wheel, okay?
Whoa.
USB-C,
Oh.
micro USB,
Smart.
and lightning connector. All right. But wait, there's more. Right here is a 10-watt wireless charging dock. And that should, oh, there it goes. It just lit my phone up, so it's charging that. And there's yet more. Okay, in the back, there's a USB port, so you can charge something else there. So you have a lot of ways to charge. And then, let me just see. This should, do I have it on or off? I have it on off, okay. So there is a, this should go on. Oh, you know, I know why it won't go on
display.
because there's too much light in here. This is a light sensor. So that if you get up in the middle of the night, this night light will come on. It has to be dark. And then you can see your way out of the room or to the light switch. So this is charging here. Now, a few people said that that was annoying. They didn't like that light coming on in the dark. There's an on-off switch in the back that you can turn that on and off. Now, also, look up here. There is the time, the date, the day of the week, and the temperature. And the book, for setting it all, I don't know, it seemed a bit confusing. However, I plugged it in. All of this stuff is correct. I mean, everything is right. I didn't do anything. It's also set for daylight savings time. It will adjust itself for that too. Has a built-in alarm, so you can use this as your clock. Like I said, it has a ton of features. And it comes in white and black, and I believe, stay there, silver. Let me just look on the box. Yeah, it just shows you. So black, gray, silver. Now, in the box was this, and it's not mentioned in the instruction book, but in one of their videos, it says something about a way to hang your iWatch. So my guess is that this goes on there, and you can run the iWatch. I don't have an iWatch. I guess you run the cable down to the USB here. And I guess they made it only in white because people who have an iWatch will probably buy the white version, since everything Apple seems to be on the white side. And this was in the box also. I think it's a monocle, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's more for the watch.
What this is for.
Oh, is it for the watch?
Okay, so let's talk about price.
okay.
Let me just see. 10 levels of brightness, alarm, date, automatic daylight savings.
Oh, it also has a
night
timer
light.
if you want to
All
time
that.
something.
So here's the price. So it's $149. Basically, it's $150. But there's a little box for 10% off. So roughly $150. It's $15 off. So it's $135. However, if you don't need the wireless charging port, this basically looks like the same lamp for $120. And $120, and there's a $12 off. So that would bring it down to why can't I do this? $12 off is $108. Okay. You're here for gadgets, not for math, as I clearly just demonstrated. Both available now, and I think this is pretty neat. I'm going to recharge my phone.
Nice. That has so much packed in there. My only hesitation is that price is over $100 for a lamp.
Yeah, it's a little
It's like,
expensive. Yeah.
So normally when charging a Apple Watch, you use the charger that came with it, because there's just not a ton of great third-party Apple Watch chargers. So that was a way to hang that puck thing. You've put the puck for the watch in there, and then I guess you could hang it on either side.
Oh,
and then you
okay.
just put it there.
See,
And that little puck only comes in white. So that could be another reason that it's white, is just to match that puck that charges the Apple Watch.
Okay.
I really like it altogether.
And you know, people did too. Actually, both versions got 4.5 stars.
This is the cheaper one without wireless charging.
Right. So that's $12 off. So that's the $108 thing.
Yeah.
37 rating.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. A penny. $107.99 to be exact.
$107.99. Yeah, exactly. Now you're talking. Before I was worried. I didn't want to spend $108.
You don't want to be
that.
1.01% off.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, and then this is the bigger one.
Yeah. So that's 4.5, right? Stars.
Yeah.
Just hit the star. Yeah.
Yeah. 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, on the box, there's a check mark for the number 1 version and the number 2 version. So they're obviously the same product.
Yeah, same thing.
Except one doesn't have the 10-watt charging station.
Everything about it, I feel like, is really clever. I feel like the light itself, the fact that it is multiple temperatures, multiple dimming brightnesses.
It can turn almost 360. It can lean forward and back.
Close up. I think
3 different light settings, 10 different dims.
Yeah.
Brightnesses.
That's great. And then the charger at the front, the fact that you can just switch out your charger with a wheel, incredible. A 10-watt 10-watt wireless charger, I think is a fast charger. I think that's in the higher power ratings up there. The extra motion light and the fact that you can also add your Apple Watch to it. All that makes it seem really, really nice. You're just paying for it.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
That's why this show is almost free.
Exactly.
All right. With that, we go to the final. Not forever, just the final for this month.
Wanted at Chad's Crappy Corner.
No.
Get it?
What the heck is this, Sticky D? What?
Cheese slicer. No?
No.
Oh. Are those rollers? Do those things move?
Yeah, they move.
Do they roll?
Yeah.
Make spaghetti.
I'll tell you who it's made for? Lazy people.
Lazy people. Chad's Corner Jewel. Let's see.
You're kind of right. It's a way to cut things.
Oh, it was a pasta cutter. I was there. There you go.
Yeah, you were very
the first
close.
One, yeah. I only knew that because when I was a kid on Easter, my mother made pasta, and I had to cut it, and I would have killed to have one of these things.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's heavily leaning in, though, to the that's ginger. I assume that's onion up there. It's really leaning into the fact that you could do other stuff other than just a pasta cutter.
Okay.
So that's my first gadget. And then I kind of have a little theme because this is the... I guess I shouldn't have said that. What the heck is this, Dickie D?
Oh, I bet I know. It goes on a pot to pour fat off.
Yes. Or, well, it could just be anything.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be
that's
fat.
wrong?
It could just be anything. It's just to make sure that it doesn't drip down the side of your pot or pan.
Okay.
Is what it's for. So I put these to the test in a video. So let's check it out. Hey Dickie D, so we are back with the last of the Alibaba AliExpress gadgets, and today we are taking a look at 2 of the last gadgets that I have lying around. They're both for the kitchen, so they match up pretty nicely. First is this thing, and it's supposed to be a multiple pizza cutter for teeny tiny slices. Just kidding. This is for cutting vegetables, and that way you don't have to chop a whole bunch of times. You can just roll this over it a few times, and then all of your vegetables will be cut. And then next is this, which is a spout to go onto the edge of a pot. And that way you can easily transfer whatever's in the hot pot into the next container, so a bowl or whatever. So I have some soup heating up over on the stove for this for a little bit later, and it's supposed to make pouring much easier. And then we'll get to this right now. In order to test this bad boy out, I have some green onions, and then I also have some chives laying out over here. Which
So
they
first,
mentioned.
we're gonna start
That's
with
in
the
the
green
title
onions,
is
and
the
I'm gonna
onion
give it-
chopper.
I'm gonna give it something that I assume that it can do. One second, my soup is almost ready. Okay, we're back.
Oh, you're going to
So,
cut the soup?
Right.
I guess it's as simple as pressing down and moving across and putting some weight on it. Okay, it got, obviously because nothing's falling off, it didn't do that great of a job. It looks like it's more perforated than actually cut. Let me try again. I can pull these off if I want, but yeah, not exactly what we wanted. So let's try again. I'm gonna put even more pressure on. I'm gonna go the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, I don't know how much more pressure I can put on this thing.
Okay, one of them did do a cut,
Wow.
but not super great.
No.
Okay, we're getting to kind of the end of those, so let's move on. This one, I'm going to go back and forth, but I don't think that I could get the spacing.
I don't think I can align it, is what I was trying to say.
Well, it sure doesn't look like the picture.
It's mush. It's not. That is not chopped at all. Okay, maybe it needs more stuff to chop than just a small amount of stuff. No, this is not helping.
No, that's, oh my God.
Yeah, that's really, okay, compared to, right, this is the wrong knife actually. Get out of here, knife. There you go, this is my chef's knife.
Oh my gosh.
Something
Which
like
would
this.
you rather do?
I would say
Yeah.
that this is no good. Not good at all. Okay, but that was just the green onions. Maybe it's the fact that the green onions are thick. Not so great. Also, how would you, cleaning this? Kind of scared. Obviously, just a normal dishwasher, but would it really clean it that well? And then also, getting these blades sharp after you've used them for a little while. Couldn't see that either. So let's try this. Okay, it chopped off one cilantro, but once again, we're having the same issue that it perforates. It doesn't actually cut all the way through. So we got that there. Let's try it again, and with as much pressure. Okay, so hey, it did a good job. It sliced it off of there. It's really good at cutting these cilantro stems. So you can see this is kind of a poor job of it, but a lot of these stems are cut. This is actually, okay, so on cilantro, it sort of did an okay job. There's still some larger leaves, but you can actually see that there are shreds of like you can actually see it almost chopped it. There may be some work. Let's go the other direction.
Watch your fingers. Oh.
Yeah. That's the thing, is it's way more difficult to control compared to the knife.
Yeah.
Way more difficult.
Once again, it almost chopped it. Compare that to what, sorry, these are some of the messiest ones. Compare that to what a chef would normally do, which is, you know,
It's so much better just
Yeah.
to use a knife.
something like that. You know, I mean, this is definitely, all of them are pulled apart. You know, that one's,
I vote for the knife.
I would not recommend. Basically.
Knife is it. Now we still have
If
one
you were
more
to
gadget
use this to dice your vegetables.
to check out.
I just would not recommend. I mean, this is so much better than what this can do. Okay, well now let's try out the soup. So right here we have a soup that I have just heated up on the stove. Obviously, if you're in the kitchen, this could be a broth. This could be really anything. And then this is hot, obviously. And so I'm just gonna slap this silicone mold onto the edge of it. And this should help me pour the soup from the container into my bowl, because it'll all stay. Hey, that's actually working.
I was afraid it was going to leak out the side.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, because when that stuff runs down the pot, it's
container.
awful.
You know, I have, after I was to do something like this, especially slowly like I just did, I have lots of drips along the edge of my
Now there was, this is a
pot, should say.
potato, and so there was still
we
some
can get some
potato
last
caught on
chunks.
the edge.
Oh,
See,
okay.
like just like that. Even doing a little bit that I did, it caused some drips. So I'd actually say this one ended up working. My biggest fear is that this ridge that is caused on the inside of that pot by the thickness of the latex or silicone or whatever would get in the way of many, many, many things. But this one was actually a success. although it seems like an awfully time-consuming extra step just so that you don't get a few dribbles down the side of your pot. So those are the gadgets, and what I was trying to mention with the latex before. I keep calling it latex. It's silicone before.
Silicone,
it's just
yeah.
really thick. It's just a thick
Oh,
silicone.
I see,
So
yeah.
stuff does kind of bump up on there, but it's not that big of a deal. The price, obviously, super cheap. The pot thing, it's $1.50. The chopper, $2.50-ish. I would seriously not recommend the chopper unless pasta was, I know it's in the photo, but I was reading this title, onion chopper, garlic, I was thinking vegetables before I thought of pasta. So this would do fine with pasta, in my opinion. It's sharp enough to do pasta, but everything else, not so good. So keep using this for pasta only. And that's the end of the Alibaba month. I do want to update you guys about some of the things that happen when it comes to shipping. And almost everything actually arrived within a week or two. So I'm actually really surprised by that. Except for one, which I ordered this over 2 months ago and it still has not arrived. It's a soap dispenser. And this still has yet to show up for me to review or test this out at all. So this one hasn't shown up at all, and I'm gonna have to open a dispute to try to get my money back on this one, because it was actually one of the more expensive gadgets that I tried to review. So that's it for Alibaba month. You guys are gonna have to choose the next theme, so if you're a patron, please keep it locked to the Patreon page, and you'll see a poll show up there to figure out what the next theme shall be. With that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn.
Our email is from Linda, who says, "Hi, Dick and Chad. Here's a video of a few fun Halloween gadgets I thought you might like. These are from my local thrift shop, and on most of them, I paid just $2.99.
That's perfect.
So here they are.
Hi, Dick and Chad. This is Linda from Virginia. I've got a few items here from a local thrift shop called the Treasure Hound, and I thought I'd just show them to you because I know you guys like Halloween items. The first one I have here is just a plastic rock that we put outside every year. It does about 5 different things, and it's actually pretty darn cool. It's just a plastic rock that sits outside, and we just have a lot of fun with that every year.
I like
the
that
second
one.
item is a heart. Has a little button that you push, and the heart
Wow.
actually beats. We like to put this outside on the table with us when we're handing out candy every year, and the kids
Cute.
get a kick out of it, and it looks pretty darn cool. The last item we have is our dancing skeleton.
Check this out.
He sings and dances.
Check this out. I like his words.
Really cooking solid, baby.
He's awfully funny.
Cat, cat. No rules about it.
So from his fedora down to his spats, he is one cool cat. I hope you guys have a hauntingly scary Halloween.
Oh, that was great, Linda.
Very
That was
funny, Linda. You know, I
amazing.
never thought about that, shopping for Halloween at the thrift store.
I'm sure that's great because so many people, they're done that year. They're done with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
She got
great.
3 great gadgets for under $10. That's pretty neat.
amazing.
So Linda will get the current issue of Mad Magazine, which unfortunately is the final all-new issue of Mad. Mad will keep reprinting with a combination of new and old material, but November, December is the final all-new issue. She'll get that. And a now 39-year-old Alfred E. Newman photo. and send us your videos. I have one from Mo, and I have one about old-time tape recorders. But we're always looking for more videos. So make a video like Linda did, 1 to 3 minutes. Put it on YouTube. You can click unlisted if you want. Only people you send the URL to see it. Send us the URL, mail@gizwiz.tv. You get the Mad and the Alfred picture if you live in the United States. If you live anywhere else in the world, I'll sign one of those pictures for you and email you a high-res image to print out wherever you are. That's it, mail@gizwiz.tv. A video, anything that involves a gadget, 1 to 3 minutes, horizontal format, and just make sure we can hear you and see the gadget.
Perfect.
Do it.
Thanks, Linda, for that.
Do it.
With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
And our chat room, our ever-friendly, clever chat room, and listeners and viewers. Dick, I have information for you and Chad on the request you made on the October 17th show. We were talking about money. Now, this is interesting. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing prints United States currency.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. Mint makes the coins and medals. It is a common misconception a lot of people make when talking about money. And this is unbelievable. The highest current denomination now is the $100 bill.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy little.
Yeah.
The highest bill ever printed, however, was a $10,000 note.
Wow.
I think he sent us a photo. The $10,000 note was printed from December 1934 only to January 1935. Oh my God!
Who is that guy?
It was President Woodrow Wilson.
Wow.
It was used only for transactions.
I think this is the $100,000 note. That looks like Woodrow.
The $100,000 note. Oh,
this is the 10,000.
Oh, this is that
one, and then that's the 100.
The 100,000.
I don't know if these are real. These look fake, so I have no idea. That looks like Woodrow.
Well, they were only used between banks.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Now he says Woodrow Wilson was pictured on the front. The following bills have not been made since 1946. A $500 bill with William McKinley, a $1,000 bill with Grover Cleveland, a $5,000 bill with James Madison, a $10,000 bill with Simon Chase, former Treasury Secretary. I guess he figured, hey, I'm Treasury Secretary. Why don't I put my face on some money?
That's great. Right before I create Chase Bank, let's just do that.
Yeah, and I'll create a bank that I can keep it in. What a great mind! Yeah,
that'd be great.
He said, I went to the website info please, and typed in highest denomination U.S. bills.
That's crazy.
So if you want pictures of and it says, too bad you guys can't get free samples.
I know.
Yeah. But replicas of bills can be purchased from many vendors.
Ooh.
Including those on eBay. Or print your own from the JPEGs in this email.
I think that printers
friend and go
aren't
to jail.
allowed to do that. If you try to reprint cash, they freak out. And I know this.
Printers do?
They have some sort of way to know that you are trying to print cash, and it's crazy scary. Because when I was working for Brushwood, we were working on a gimmick to burn cash, to take real cash and light it on fire. And I thought, I'm not going to test this with real cash. And I needed the sizing and everything to be correct. So I took a $1 bill, threw it on the scanner, scanned it and tried to print it. And the printer printed out printing money is illegal, blah, blah, blah,
Oh
blah,
my
blah.
goodness.
And it was like, oh, okie dokie, I'm just going to trace these instead.
Yeah, Mo says scanners can't scan money.
Yeah.
Beatmaster says corrected is illegal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, it's very funny because at MAD, years and years ago, they printed an Alfred E. Newman, I think $1 bill, I'm not sure. But coin changes back then didn't have the sophistication that they do today. They worked in some coin changes.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
Bill got a visit from the IRS.
Secret Service.
The Secret Service.
Secret Service.
The Secret Service came up and said, we need all that original artwork.
Yeah.
And Bill said, look, I will give you a letter that will never use it again, but I don't part with I don't want to, this is a historical thing.
This is
so they let him off.
There's a fantastic podcast. I have no idea who created it, but they talked about there's a Jackie Chan movie where they used fake money, and they got a visit from the Secret Service, and that's why the Secret Service was created in the originally. If I'm totally paraphrasing off of memory, so I could totally be. This is like as secondhand as it gets. But if my memory serves correct, the Secret Service was created to basically just help the Treasury do counterfeiting. And then they went on to protect the president because it was a national...
Because they found the president was doing all the counterfeiting.
Right, exactly. No, it's because there was no national government agency that could back then. No, there wasn't any national, people with guns. And nationally, it was just the Secret Service. So they went on to help protect the president. I'm totally paraphrasing all of that. Do not use that in your history textbooks.
Money. Yes, you can't print. So all you can do is take a $100 bill and change it to a $5 because you're not scanning it. You have to be really, really good, though.
Here it is from Wikipedia. Beatmaster has me covered. Until 2003, the Secret Service was part of the Department of Treasury, as the agency was originally founded to combat the then widespread counterfeiting of U.S. currency. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I can remember.
Yeah, no,
history.
that was good. That was good.
Yeah. So
once again, you have learned something.
The more you know.
You learn don't shred vegetables with that AliExpress piece of crap.
This
you
is
learned right. You learned about the Secret Service.
There you go. Yeah. With that, we want to say a big thank you to our patrons, because if it wasn't for our patrons, you wouldn't get to learn about the Secret Service.
I just want to credit that guy. It was Doug Clemen, Clemann. Doug. Doug is a proud Patreon supporter. So we thank him and thank you for sending us that email and those images, which we are currently copying as we speak.
Nice.
And the scanner says, no. You
are not allowed. Yeah, big thank you. Thank you to you for supporting on Patreon, Doug, and thanks to all the other people who support too. Otherwise, you wouldn't get to learn that this thing is a crummy Alibaba gadget. So thank you so much for your support. And if you like the Giz Wiz and want to give back, please consider giving just a small amount over on Patreon, patreon.com/GizWiz. That's our page, so you can find it for yourself. If you don't want to give via Patreon, you can always head on over to gizwiz.tv. There is a Patreon tab at the top of the website. Click that, scroll down just a bit, and there's a PayPal link for you to support via PayPal. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that's where you can see the show live. You can see that we're live. So there we are, live. Mom, hi. And you can join the chat room. You can see everything that we do. You can chat along with all the folks, and it would be fantastic to have you. If you don't catch the show live, you can subscribe on iTunes or RSS in many different formats, or on YouTube. And we're live just about every Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time. And all of our previous episodes are also available on the website. Don't forget to play What the Heck Is It?
Next week we're doing it on a Wednesday.
Next week we are doing it on Wednesday.
Right. Because
and if you're listening,
CES.
if you're listening to this now, it's probably too late for you to put in the last What the Heck Is It for this month. This is it. This is the gadget, the whole gadget, nothing but the gadget. So if you think you know what this is, get a guessing. It's pretty obvious to me that this is a way to get toothache out of a giant. It's a giant pair of tooth tweezers. If you think you know what it is, get a guessing. There are 6 Mad Magazines for correct answers, but double the Mad Magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, and interesting answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. That about wraps it up for our show. So thanks for watching.
And there'll be a new game up tomorrow on November 1st. And I'll be here.